Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Eating While Broke. I'm your host, Coline Witt, and today we have very special guest, 3 times undefeated world kickboxing champion, Freedia Gibbs, aka the Cheetah, is in the building. How are you?
Doing fantastic, Coline. Thank you for having me. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to have you cook for me.
Well, so am I.
And I have never, I don't think I've ever been able to interview I've obviously never interviewed an undefeated 3-time world champion in any sport, but let alone kickboxing.
All right.
Before we get into all the conversations, I need to know, what are you going to have me eating today?
Okay, well, today we are going to eat some steak and asparagus.
Steak and asparagus.
Yeah,
okay,
T-bone
what are
steak.
all the ingredients to make this dish extra special?
Well, the ingredients to make this extra special, obviously you got to have A1 sauce, you got to have virgin oil there. We're going to include butter, salt, pepper, garlic salt, and some garlic clove.
Okay, got it. And asparagus and steak.
Asparagus.
Now, if you guys are avid listener to Eating While Broke, you know I don't eat red meat. So, out of the spirit of the show, I will take a bite.
Thank you.
And I will judge her very hard.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I think the last time I tried A1 or steak sauce was probably when I was 12 or something. So we're going to really, really, really live it up today on the show. So go ahead. See, we don't leave you a lot of cooking room, huh? Are you gonna really box it out right now?
Yeah, I'm going like that. Bam, got
this is like a fake. This is a stove set.
Yeah, you gotta
look how
you gotta.
You strong when you
marinate that through. You know what I mean? You gotta throw some karate chops at the steak there. I'm flipping the steak here. And during the time that I'm flipping the steak, I'm thinking about all the times I had to flip my mindset. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
For, from survival to success. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Add a little bit of, garlic salt on my survival mode. That makes sense?
I've never seen someone beat up a steak like this before.
I had to add a little bit of that there. I had to go into that success mode, cooking now. You know what it makes me feel like? I feel like I'm celebrating progress now.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we're going to add some salt and some pepper. We already added the garlic salt there, right?
Yeah.
Add a little pepper there. Oops.
Uh-huh. This is I think this is one of those twisters.
Oh,
No. I think you got it right. Here,
show me how to
let me try to help you out.
Yeah, thanks, Mama.
This poor steak is about to get murdered. She's frying up the garlic. She done beat up the steak for real with her hands. Seasoned it with salt, pepper.
I'll tell you. Exactly.
Now you going in with the butter?
Yeah, going in with the butter, baby girl.
All right, now that's just for the steak, right?
Yeah, this is for the steak and asparagus.
Okay. All right.
See, what a lot of people don't know is you got to cook the asparagus and the steak there. You know what I mean? Got to cook them combined. That's why you cook the steak first.
So essentially, you're putting the butter, the garlic, you season the steak, and the asparagus is all going into one pot.
Exactly, yeah. Because when I was broke, I only had one pot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one pot that I use. And I learned how to, cook multiple different foods in the one pot.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was always washing dishes.
Yeah. No, I don't like washing dishes. That's why I always had one pot, one big plate.
But that's what I'm saying. After every meal, you had to wash.
Yeah. Well, I always had a dishwasher.
Oh, okay. So you was wash your three forks.
No, I would wait until they pile up.
Oh, okay.
So I would just keep buying dishes.
Oh gosh,
clean
you're hilarious. You're hilarious. Okay, so take me back to what was going on during the steak and asparagus era.
Take you back to when.
What was going on during this time?
Well, back when I was broke, I had to dress up oodles and noodles. Mm-hmm. That makes sense?
Yeah.
And I would call it T-bone steak and asparagus because that was like my vision.
Yeah.
During that time when I was broke.
Yeah.
And what I had to do, as I just done here, I had to season it with some hot sauce. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Season my food with faith because I was only eating oodles and noodles. I mean, I was broke.
But were you eating oodles and noodles or were you eating steak and asparagus?
Back in the day when I was broke, I was eating oodles and noodles, but my vision was to have steak and asparagus.
Okay.
I couldn't afford steak at the time.
Okay, so what did you ate ramen noodles?
Yeah, well, I would mix it up with vegetables, and a little bit of chicken here and there, and steak here and there, and just mix it up and make it look. When you go into these ramen stores today, what do you see? They mix it up with everything, don't they? Yeah, they got that from me.
You're hilarious.
They got that from me.
So wait, why are you making steak and asparagus
because
on Eating
this
While
is
Broke?
what I'm cooking today, because this is what I strive for. This is what's my vision.
Oh.
Oh,
so you switched up our whole show today.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you supposed to be cooking me a broke dish.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering the whole time. I was like, man.
Oh, damn. My bad.
She has me. Take me back to the oodles and noodles day.
The oodles and noodles?
Yeah, take me back to what was going on during that era.
Oh, well, jeez, man.
Take me back, time and everything.
Is it okay if I put the steak in the pan?
Go ahead. We're gonna eat good
today. During the oodles and noodles era, that was during my fighting era. I didn't really have a job. I had to fight for, food, meaning that, during the time I was competing, but I wasn't getting paid at the time because I was just an amateur. I was working side gigs. I had to fight, like I said, I had to fight for food. I had to figure out how I was going to keep the roof over my head during my oodles and noodles days. And back in those days, keep in mind, oodles and noodles, they come in packs of 12.
But before you started fighting for it, where did the oodles and noodles start? Like, take me back to like prior to you even starting to fantasize about kickboxing. Take me back to your childhood life.
Oh, geez. Well, I'm obviously from Chester, Pennsylvania. That's outside of Philadelphia. From the projects there. Fairground projects, and during those days, we grew up very poor, but we didn't know we were poor. That makes sense?
Yeah.
And that's when moms was back on welfare during those days back in that time. So
two-parent household?
Two-parent.
Oh, you came
I've always come from a two-parent household.
Okay.
I've had my grandfather, my grandmother, and my great-grandfather and grandmother.
Oh,
so I've always come from a two-parent household.
How many kids?
It's 3. I'm the oldest of 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did anyone else get into kickboxing?
No, my brother got into fighting. My sister, she got into boys.
Okay.
But you know how that works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah.
So you come from this two-parent household. Inch me closer to where you start to get the idea that you want to get into very
kickboxing?
Yes.
Well, I used to get bullied a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't say an untraditional sport, but okay, you were getting bullied a lot?
Yeah, I used to get bullied a lot. I was pretty smart in school, in elementary school, and the girls in the classroom, they would make me do their homework. At first, I started out helping them. You know how you start off helping somebody?
Yeah.
Then I started out helping them do their homework because I was always, excelling in class. And then it got to the point where I would do them a favor and do their homework one time. And then it got to the point where they were making me do their homework. You dig? And it got to the point where I was tired of doing their homework. And when I decided that I was tired of doing their homework and I felt they should do their own homework, that's when they decided to, beat me up and toss me in the trash can in the girls' room.
Oh no!
Can you believe that?
Were you?
Can you believe I was bullied?
Yeah, I could believe it. There's a lot of people that are successful today that had to go through that.
Right?
Were you smaller in stature at the time?
I was little medium height, little muscular. I was athletically built because I was built like a track runner. And medium height, and I wore glasses all the time.
Okay.
Just like I do today. I was like a little nerd.
So these girls started bullying you. Did you go home to the parents and say, "Hey guys"?
No, my mom. No one knew for almost a whole year. You dig? And then, like I said, I decided I'm not doing your homework. So they said we're going to kick your behind when you get off the bus going home from school. So I was terrified. So when we got on the school bus, right, Coline?
Yeah.
I said to the bus driver, "Listen, can you let me off at the stop ahead?" Because they said they gonna beat me up.
Yeah.
And the bus driver said no. I was like, what? I said, but that whole school gonna beat me up. She said, listen, this is what you do. I said, what? She said, that everybody, when I let you off at your stop at the fairground, I want you to let everybody get off the bus. And you be the last one to get off. I said, okay. And I'm thinking about that. I said, okay, so everybody got off the bus. Let's listen to this. Everybody got off the bus, all the kids.
She ain't even gonna get you a head start.
So here I go. Yeah, exactly. So she said, now I want you to walk to the back of the bus and unlock the emergency door, right? So I went ahead and walked to the back of the bus. And when I walked to the back of the bus.
Stay in frame.
That's my bad. When I walked to the back of the bus, everybody outside, all the kids outside walked to the back of the bus. And I unlocked the door. Boom, boom. She said, now walk back to the front of the bus. So I walked back to the front of the bus. Everybody outside walked back to the front of the bus. She said, now when I count to 3, I want you to run, bust out that door and run as fast as you can. That's the bus driver said. I said, okay. She said, 1. Now I'm standing at the front of the bus with the bus driver and all the kids at the front too, outside. She said, 2. She said 3. Took off. I took off running. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Bust out the back of the school bus door. Boom. And I had a head start on. Wham. I was hard telling. Bam, 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 bam. I mean, I was running. And I got to my mom's crib and I busted a U-turn and I busted my mom's door, shut the door real fast. And my mom, she was playing solitary at the time. So all the cards flew off the table. She's like, girl, what the hell wrong with you busting this door like a black superwoman? What you done do? Lost your mind? But, you know, I shut the door, boom, but she knew something was wrong. I had the door shut, and I was cool because I was safe. Yeah. I went on in the house, mind my own business. My mom heard all the kids outside making all this here noise, so she went to take a look out the window, and she saw all the kids outside. She's like, what the hell is going on with this here? Then I had to confess, because I couldn't run all my life, right? Yeah. So she went outside. She's like, what the hell is going on out here? They were like, well, we want to kick Freedia's butt. And my mother was like, why? You know, and because she didn't do our homework. And then my mom was like, Sissy, get your... No profanity?
You can do it.
Okay. My mother said, Sissy, get your motherfucking ass out here right now. She handed me the broom.
She called you Sissy?
Yeah, called me Sissy. She said to the girl, she said, now which one of y'all want to fight her? And all 3 of the girls raised their hand. My mom said, she ain't fighting all 3 of y'all. She said, now which one is the baddest one? Then this girl, Gilda, raised her hand.
Your mom sound like she's Jamaican. That's how my mom is.
The girl raised her hand right now. I'm going to let that cook a little bit. Girl raised her hand. And it was the biggest one. My mom said, what's your mama's name? She said, Fannie Lou. My mom said, figure. My mom said, well, after this is over, you go down there and tell Fannie Lou that if you ever put your hands on my daughter again, I'm going to come down there and beat Fannie Lou's ass. Oh, shit. She said, you let Fannie Lou know that. She said, now, Sissy, this is who you going to fight. She said, now, I'm going to tell you this here. I want you to beat her ass. You hear me? And if you don't beat her ass, you're going to get 2 ass whoopings. All right? Now, here's the broom. Beat her ass. That's exactly what my mama said.
You know what?
What? Shall we continue? Go ahead.
I promise you. Shout out to all the black mothers that speak like this. But yeah, that's how we grew up. If you don't whoop their ass, you going to come home and you're going to get a second ass whooping. So they got to look worse than you.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you got to come home to trouble. But shout outs to the parents that did that. Because you know what? Shout out to your mom because, you know, undefeated world champion, all started with this fight. I can imagine.
That's how it all started.
Did it really?
That's how it all started.
So you whooped her butt?
So, well...
You got us 2 whoopings in
there? No, well, you know, in my mind, I lost, but I didn't get a whooping. So after it was all over with, the fight was over with, I came back in, glasses off, one shirt off, pulled over. The broom was half of a broom.
What was you going to do with the broom? Hit her with the broom?
Oh, I did hit her with the broom.
You're hilarious.
Because she was bigger than me.
Oh.
So that's why my mom gave me the broom.
Yeah, that's right. Your mom asked for the bigger and the baddest one, right?
Exactly.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Mom.
So we fought, you know, and every time I run back to my mom, she tossed me back out there. She said, can we go in there? Bam, 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 bam. I run back to my, she tossed me back out there. I had no other choice. I had to fight. You know, so we fought.
Between the mom and the bus driver, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. The women back then, it was amazing. But
just to backtrack to the bus driver, she could have let you off at the other stop. None of this would have happened if she would have just let you off at the
I
different
could have called
stop.
my grandparents.
Talking about run out the back end.
Exactly. That's crazy.
I would have hated that bus driver. Go on.
That's easy. So
how are you not burning this steak? It's not burning?
No, because steak has to cook all the way through.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We're not eating the Bloody Mary steaks?
No.
Okay, so you a well doner?
Yeah, I'm a well doner.
Okay. It smells good.
You a well doner? That's because that garlic is very important. It's healthy for our insides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For our body. You know, as an athlete, we eat garlic cloves all the time before running.
Oh.
Yeah.
Raw?
Raw, yeah.
Raw?
Raw, yeah.
Like gum?
Yeah, raw.
Did you see that movie Sinners when they had to eat the garlic?
I've not seen that. No.
Oh, you got to see that movie.
I got to check it out, definitely.
Got to shout out to Sinners. All right, go back to your story. So,
okay, what we talking about?
you don't win the fight?
Okay. No, so, well, in my mind, I didn't. But I went back in the crib there, and I sat on the bed expecting to get my butt whipped. And my mom came back in there, and my mom said, this is what's going to happen. You know, you should have told me that this was happening. I didn't know. She said, listen, this is what you're going to have to learn. Put your head up. She said, put your head up and put your shoulders back. You got to understand that in this world, there are wolves. And you're going to have to learn how to fight. And there's going to be people out there, you're going to have to learn how to fight. Now, you got it in you, sissy. But somebody's going to have to wake it up because you got that fight in you. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So, but I was like, fine. I said, but I don't want to go back to school.
Why does she keep calling you sissy? I'm sorry.
Because that's my family call me sissy.
Okay. Got it.
They call me sissy because I'm the oldest one.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I don't want to go back to that school. So my mother called my I said, I want to go to Chichester. That's the predominantly white school because I was going to Chester, the predominantly black school.
Yeah.
You know, I want to go to Chichester. So my mother called my grandmother, you know, my father's mother.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, my father's people, they're kind of, I lived a double life.
Yeah.
You know, project, middle class.
Okay.
I lived a double life.
Okay.
So my father's people, my uncle, my father's brother is a martial art master.
Okay.
So he came, my grandmother told him what was going on. And I told my grandma, look, grandma, I don't want to go to that school. In fact, I just don't want to go to school at all. I want to learn at home.
Yeah.
You know, and then when they forced me to go to another school, I was, you know, I still met another bully. You know, and then
you did end up transferring schools.
Transferred to another school and met another bully. I was sitting in art class with my knees up doing art. Girl came over and just kicked me right in the ass. Bam! I just turned around like...
A white girl or a black girl this time?
A black girl.
Oh, okay.
I was like, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So at this time, I didn't want to go to school at all. Then I told my grandma, I said, look, I was at my grandmother's house on a weekend. And I said, look, grandma, I'm not going back to school. And they were going to force me to go back to school. I said, listen, if you're going to force me to go back to school, then I'm going to take myself out. Why should I allow them to kill me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How old are you again?
I was like 12,
okay, yeah,
13.
Yeah.
I said, why should I continue to allow them to hurt me?
But now, backtrack. You said that you had an uncle or
yeah. So let me get to my
okay.
uncle. So when I told my grandmother that part, then my grandmother went ahead and got my father's brother, my Uncle Bill, who is the martial art instructor. So he said, so I heard you having issues in school. Now, I'll never forget him putting his hand on my shoulder. You know, I'll never forget that as long as I live. He said, so I heard you having an issue in school. You're being bullied. I said, yeah. He said, so I heard you don't want to go to school anymore. I said, yeah. He said, listen, Freedia, you cannot run all of your life. Adversity is going to follow you wherever you go. You got to learn how to stand firm. This is what I want you to do. I said, what? Now, he got his hand on my shoulder. He said, I want to teach you karate. I said, no, man, no, I don't want to fight, man. I don't want to fight. He said, this is not about fighting. This is about us rebuilding your self-confidence. This is about us rebuilding your self-esteem. Now, mind you, I'm like 12, 13.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what's self-confidence? He says self-confidence is about having no doubt in your God-given ability. That's what self-confidence is. I said, oh, okay. Okay. Having no doubt in my talent. Okay. Well, what's self-esteem? What's that? You know, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
So he pulls out the dictionary. He says, and self-esteem is about, you know, whatever, I forget he says, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I said, okay. So it's not about fighting.
Yeah,
he said, exactly. We're going to rebuild that. I said, okay, fine. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And at the time, that's when Bruce Lee came along. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, the Karate Kid wasn't out yet,
No,
right?
no. And
Okay.
no, Bruce Lee was the man at the time.
Okay,
so
okay.
that's cooking all the way through. Let that cook all the way through.
But yeah, I would be, I would understand where your stance is like, man, I'm not trying to be a fighter or whatever. Like, yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be that there. So I'll never forget going to karate school for the first time. He gave me my gi. He gave me my white gi and my white belt. And it's kind of cool. It's like a major transformation. And I'll never forget being attending class for the first time. And before I walked in the door, he said, anything negative, any negative thoughts that you have in your mind, any negative energies, I want you to keep it out this door right now. Don't bring it in here.
Oh. And, you know, I didn't know that's what, like, karate and all that. I never knew that's what it was about, to be honest.
Yeah. It's very spiritual. And I thought, wow. Leave it all out there. All attitude, egos, leave it out there. Okay, and I got that message. So when I walked in, it was all black men, businessmen, judges, engineers, you know what I mean, lawyers, entrepreneurs. These are all black businessmen and one white guy. You know what I mean? And this white guy was nerdy, but he would kick your butt.
So you weren't joining a class full of kids.
No, I was with men. I was with all men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all men. All masters. And on the wall in front.
All masters?
Yeah, all masters.
Okay.
And on the wall, Coline, what was cool is there's this big question that says, why are you here?
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So, and we're all lined up. Now, I'm the white belt, so I'm at the end there. Yeah. But I'm the only female amongst them.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I had to grow up real fast. You dig? I learned a lot from these masters. I had no idea what they were pouring into me. But that's how I became champion.
But when you first walk into that room as a young girl, and is a part of your mindset semi-eye rolling? Or are you taking it really serious going into this?
No. I wasn't that type. You know, I wasn't the type to have ego. I wasn't the type to talk back. I wasn't that type at all.
But you knew you were walking into this self-confidence, self-esteem.
No, I had no idea. I had no idea what I was walking into.
Okay.
But I knew what I was walking into, seeing the judge that I knew who was very respectable in my community. Mm-hmm. You know, the lawyers that I knew who were very respectable. Mm-hmm. The businessmen who were very respectable, uphold individuals in our community. I knew that I was...
You kind of knew who these people were.
Yeah, they were very well respected.
Okay.
So I thought, wow, how special I am. This must be special for me. This is what I kind of thought. Wow. You know? And that's when they started teaching me how to throw punches correctly. You know, because, back in the day, we just grab your hair and But then they started showing me how to throw punches correctly. You know what I mean? Start showing me how to move. That makes sense? Then they start showing me how to use my knees. And showing me how to use my elbows, showing me how to go for the groin. Because they were men. Yeah. And whenever they compete against each other, whenever one man was dominating the other doing martial arts, they go for the groin. Mm-hmm. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So that's what they taught me. So I'm a master at going for the groin because that's all I went with. Went up against was guys at the time.
Look at the way you...
So I was little at the time. But each kick, you think Bruce Lee threw over 10,000 kicks? I threw over 20.
Wow.
You understand me?
Okay.
Over 20,000. Mm-hmm. I had no idea. And what was crazy is, as these masters, I'm the youngest one here, but as these masters, we're all throwing technique, boom, 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 kata techniques or whatever. I'm feeling all the energy and power come down to me. That makes sense?
Yeah.
You know, I felt it. It was like permeating me. It was transforming me.
Yeah.
I realized that, wow, so this is confidence.
Yeah.
You know? That makes sense? I was feeling the confidence from the top master all the way down to the master who was adjacent to me. That makes sense. Now I'm just this little white belt.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly what's going on, but I know I feel something.
Okay.
And what I know it's empowering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it was transforming me. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I knew that when I saw those bullies again, I beat their ass so fast they'd think they know why they call me cheater. That makes sense?
I'm just curious, did you ever go back and whoop some of these bullies' butts?
Actually, what was crazy is, I did go back, yes, and
back to school or yes to whooping some
No. I went back to visit. No, I didn't go back to school. You know, when I ran. Once I left, it's just like in a relationship.
Oh, you ended up leaving officially the school.
Yeah.
You left school?
No, I didn't leave school, but I left that school.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a relationship. Once I leave, it's a wrap.
Okay.
You dig? I ain't going back. Okay. You know, that's the way I am. But I did see them as I, got older.
Yeah. And
I'll never forget Gilda. Gilda was main one. Gilda and Loretta.
The bullies?
The bullies, yeah. First of all, they were all of them were fat and out of shape. Even to this day, they're all like whales.
I hope they see this, by the way.
All 4 of them are whales.
Y'all better be watching little bullies.
Oh, damn.
Little plumpers. Huh?
Oh, I forgot.
They what?
I forgot there are people over here in this here. But yeah, they're all like whales. But anyway, I'll never forget seeing Gilda.
No, we could diss the bullies.
Okay, no.
Forget that.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
and
we can.
Gilda and the girl who kicked me in my butt, Lisa Rideout.
Yeah.
Now, I saw her about 3 years ago. Lisa Rideout, let's start there. The one who kicked me in my butt. And I was at Quiet Storm, the school there. My uncle introduced me to for a long time. And she was talking like she wanted to start something. I was like, Lisa, cut that
I'm undefeated.
I said, Lisa, look. This is my exact words. Lisa, look, girl, I will beat your ass so fucking fast, you'll know why they call me cheater. Now, I'm not the same person you kicked in the ass. that
But
last
why
time.
was she even? Yeah,
But she tried, and I said in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Now I said, you want some, you can have some.
Did you knock her out?
You know, no, she didn't want none. You want some, you can have, because we were already in the dojo. So when you want some, you can have some.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I surprised her.
This is years later.
This is like 4 years ago.
That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Bully still bully?
That's what I'm saying, huh?
After knowing you are undefeated world
Thank
champion?
you. That's dumb.
3 times over?
It doesn't even make sense. So, and yeah, exactly. And
Should have
Gilda,
just popped her one time in the mouth.
girl, I wanted to, but you know, first of all, my hands are registered. I can't speak for anything
it's gotta
else.
be like some kind of
Yeah,
your hands are registered.
Yeah, my hands are registered. And when I use my weapons, I have to use them if it's a matter of life and death. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So I have to really, really, really be threatened. And she wasn't no real threat, you know?
Yeah.
I learned early how to walk away. That makes sense? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you thinking?
She's a moron.
Huh?
She's lucky. She's lucky your hands are registered.
Yeah.
That's all. She's lucky.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've acquired so much. You've mastered like internal discipline, right, in this sport.
Yeah, you know, I will, despite the fact that, you know, I can fight, I'll walk away.
Are you slow to anger?
Huh? Yeah, I've always been slow to anger. As a
Okay.
very young kid, my mom used to get mad at me. I'm glad you said that. My mom's like, sissy, you're supposed to be angry about this. No, I don't like the way anger feels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't like the way the energy was, the vibe.
Wow.
No, I don't. No, it's okay.
So like your siblings could annoy you to death, and you would be like, whatever.
I ignore them.
Really?
You know, yeah.
How much older are you than them?
2 years. One,
Okay.
I was 63,
That's pretty good.
60, 65, 68.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we're just 2 years apart.
I feel like after this episode, a lot of people are gonna be saying sissy.
Huh? Yeah. That's my parents. My mom used to call me sissy. My mom called me sissy, and my dad used to call me chips. Frito corn chips. Crazy, huh?
I like that.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
so you go through this training, and now you're walking around with confidence. You go to this, I guess, predominantly white school. Is people peeping your energy change?
No, well, I went to, what happened, I received a scholarship. You know, I went on and excelled in basketball and excelled in track. We became state champions in track. And I received a double scholarship, Division I scholarship to Temple University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when I went to Temple, I was only there a year. I flunked out. I know, I met this guy, first time I'm ever away from my family. I met this guy named Jermaine. You know, he was super cool, fell in love with him. He was staying with me. He drank a lot, doing all the basketball games. This is some real stuff, doing all the basketball games. Win, lose, or draw, all the superstars, the athletes would go into this locker room, this private room, and there was cocaine.
At college?
Beauties, yeah, beauties.
What's beauties?
They're black beauties is speed.
Oh, okay.
Speed.
Okay.
You know, speed, alcohol, you know, all the male basketball stars. I mean, not even just basketball, all the male stars, period, whether it was basketball, football, track. We all went into, females too, we all went to this room and we used to all just celebrate and have a good time. The only thing I remember is taking a drink and waking up butt damn naked, grabbing my damn, trying to find my clothing and running down the hallway like, what the heck gonna happen? And it just happened multiple times. We entering and guys on guys, girls on girls, everybody on everybody. That's just the way it was.
You said guys on guys.
University, that's the way it was at the university. The athletes, that's what I saw.
Okay.
That's how it started off. Now, whatever happened in between, I don't remember because I got kind of blacked out.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And to this day, I still don't remember what the heck happened.
That's really dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's how I got kicked out of school.
Yeah.
Because I was, as the newspaper said, too much too soon. You dig? Freedia Gibbs lose her scholarship. Too much too soon. It was. I never did hot drugs when I was in high school. I never even touched a joint. I didn't even drink.
But then you went to college.
But when I went to Temple, I became a cocaine addict. I became a black beauty addict. You dig? I became an addict.
Wow. So then how do you, after you, first of all, going back home to your parents, your mama, and telling her that, how did she take the news?
Well, what happened was my college coach said, look here, we need to have a meeting. So they called me there. You know, I was in the office. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And she said, your grade point average is 0.0. She said, when we found you, discovered you, Freedia, you were here. You are now here. Why do you choose to go back here when you can go here?
Yeah.
I'll never forget her saying this. She said, "Well, we got to let you go. You're suspended. We got to kick you out the university." But I didn't care because I was strung out. That makes sense?
Did they? And they didn't know you were strung out.
No, they didn't. Because I could play basketball real well. I was, she was still kicking butt, doing my job, doing my job well. That makes sense? And I'll never, and then again, maybe they did. Because this is what happened. I got to let this cook through. This is what happened.
Sorry, I'm like, is it burning?
No, we good. So I went to the bank. I'll never forget to get money to leave.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget hearing this teller. And I was in line, hearing this teller yell, "Oh my God. No, Freedia Gibbs didn't." I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
Then I heard her say to the other lady, "Did you hear what Freedia Gibbs did to us?" And I thought, what did I do to them? I don't even know these people.
Yeah.
And then as I got closer, they were talking, she lost too much too soon. Freedia Gibbs loses her scholarship too much too soon. Temple didn't allow me to even cash my check and get home.
Wow.
And it was all on the newspapers and everything. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go to the bank. I go through the train station there in Philly to go back to Chester, and newspaper all over the place. I'm like, holy cow, and I'm hearing everybody talking. All of a sudden, it's like, me already being strung out, and I'm hearing all these voices. I'm hearing this woman talking about, what did I do? Doing too much too soon. What did she do to her? And I'm thinking, what do you mean? What did I do to you? I didn't understand, but I knew something was going on. You know what I mean? It was like it was war.
Yeah.
All these voices, war.
Yeah.
So I get off the train in Chester, the projects. First thing one of the winos says to me is, "Freedia,
Dang.
what are you doing back here?" And I was like, wow, but I wasn't the same Freedia I was when I left. In the projects in Philly, Chester, they protected the superstars. That makes sense? Because they were proud of us. We had a pass.
Yeah.
That makes sense to enter all the projects. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Today, they killed the superstars. Did you know that?
If you go back there now?
They kill superstars. All the superstars back in my projects that I grew up in, they killed them because they're jealous of them.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, they're killing them now. Even up-and-coming stars.
And you're more known at this point for basketball and track.
Basketball, track, and kickboxing.
Oh, and kickboxing.
And kickboxing,
at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so you come back.
What part? Here. So I'm back there. Yeah, so I'm back there, just letting that do its magic. Yeah, so
and then
I go back there and I talk to my mom. I let my mom know what's going on. I tell her,
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I got kicked out. And she said, "What happened?" I said, "Well, I got strung out." She's like, "What happened?" I said, "Well, I met this guy named Jermaine, and I got strung out on cocaine. Same thing I told you. I was a rookie, and I was with all the superstars, the seniors. You know what I mean? And they introduced me to something, and I tried it. And after every game, we went there. You know what I mean? And Jermaine, he got me hooked on, a beer and liquor and things like that. So and he was staying with me, so that's what happened. She, okay, and then." My brother, he was a big-time drug dealer at the time. My brother's name is G. Lucas. And he was a big-time drug dealer at the time in Philly. And I'll never forget me wanting, so that's what happened. So anyway, I go to my...
go back. You said earlier that your mom had said that he had turned you out?
Yeah, Jermaine turned me out.
Okay.
What happened was what I learned, and this went on moving forward, what I learned moving forward after I left Temple and went and told my mom, I went to my father's people and I let them know. And I stayed with my father's people after I left my mom. Now, mind you, I was strung out. So at my mom's, I still had access to cocaine. You understand? But I didn't want to deal with it from the streets because my brother was a big time drug dealer, not with the black folks. I didn't want to get it from those guys.
Why is that?
Because I didn't trust my brother mixing it. He was mixing crack with cocaine at the time.
Okay, got it.
And I didn't want to take the chance. Okay. So I decided to stop. I wanted to stop cocaine and everything altogether.
Okay.
I wanted to go back to the clean Freedia that I was before I left.
And what was driving this want or this desire?
Because I knew that wasn't me.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Okay.
It wasn't me.
And what was, just going back to your mom's response, what was her response to hearing this news?
She was very surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, she was very surprised. That's why she said I got turned out,
Okay.
Yeah, she said, "I told you, sissy, there are wolves out there."
Yeah, she did.
Remember that? When I was young, she said, "I told you there are wolves out there."
Wow.
Yeah. and you got caught by a wolf because you're a sheep.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I went to my grandmom's house because I knew I didn't have access to everything. And at my grandmom's house, for like 3 days, I didn't sleep. Because mind you, I got all this stuff in my veins. I didn't sleep like 3-4 days, like a week. And all of a sudden, I'm trying to clean myself up. I'm not trying, I'm trying to keep it hidden from my grandparents and them. But
they don't know, but they know you're there though.
Yeah, exactly. So I, all of a sudden, it was like late and like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, I started trembling and stuff and shaking and, et cetera. My grandmother came. I was like, Grandma, they knew I was strong at that time.
Yeah.
And they called the ambulance. When they called the ambulance, they took me to the hospital. And I'll never forget this as long as I live, Coline. Here I am lying on the bed. I see my mom, I see my mother's mother, and I see my father's mother, and I see my family there. They're like sticking me up with IV and this and the other. And they're looking at me like, not in disappointment, but what happened to you? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'll never forget looking up at them and a tear drop. That's when it was like reality had hit me, Yeah. So what happened, that's why my heart is not as strong as it is today, because me at the time being strung out on cocaine, I didn't know. So at that time, what happened was my family suggested I go to Philly, with my Aunt Bunny on my father's side, because she was like a powerhouse.
I didn't get teary up here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was like a little powerhouse. Get me out of Philadelphia, because wasn't nothing there but crack and cocaine going on. That was it. That was during the crack and cocaine era.
Yeah.
So I went ahead to Philly, Aunt Bunny. Things didn't work out well with her because she left me in an abandoned home for like 2 weeks. Yeah, she left me with peanut butter, jelly, and water. Now, she was determined to make sure that I got cleaned out. That makes sense? Okay, she was determined to help me.
Okay.
Now, she's a powerhouse. You know what I mean?
So she did that to help you?
To help me, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll never forget this as long as I live. So here I am 2 weeks in the in her building with these Herman Monster doors, and all I got is peanut butter, jelly, and water. Now, I didn't know that I thought I was going to be there for the weekend. Yeah. I had no idea. Okay, that she was gonna have me locked in there for 2 weeks. In fact, it probably would have been a month, but I broke out because I realized I couldn't even get out. She locked me in. That ain't funny.
I'm sorry, but her mission was to
exactly. So that was her mission. Anyway, I will never forget this as long as I live. Here I am lying down on the couch. Yeah. You back in the day, when we had those headsets and that cassette where you put the cassette in? Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I was listening to Luther Vandross at the time, lying down. You know what I mean? Party! Well, all right. Then I dozed off. Then suddenly, I don't know how long I was asleep, but I woke up and I saw that I was very close to the ceiling. And I'm thinking, why am I so close to the ceiling? And I'm putting my fingers through and it's going through the wall. So I scan around, like, what the world? And the soft voice said, look down. So I looked down, I saw my body there with the headsets on, my whole frame there. I was like, and I slammed back into my body. Bam! I jumped up. Whoa! Ain't nobody gonna believe this. Yeah. Was I hallucinating? What was going on? At that time, it was time to escape. You dig? It was time to escape. You're hilarious. It really was. Now, mind you, like I said, she had this big Herman Monster door, like this mansion door. That mug was gigantic. It was bigger than Shaq, like 9 feet tall, 10 feet.
She was determined.
And, you got these walls on the side right here. Yeah. So what I had to do, you put 1 foot on this wall, 1 foot on this wall, climb up there, and there was this window up top. That was the only way I could get out. I had to bust the window.
That room was that small?
No, the hallway was.
The hallway was.
The house, it was a motel, but it was up top.
Okay, got it.
And but in this window up top, so I had to climb up, and I was weak. So I knew that I had to be successful this first climb because I was physically weak.
Got it.
You dig? So I'm climbing up, wham. I grab onto the window real fast, and I bust it, bam! And I clear all the glass from there, etc. And I looked down, I was like, whoa, shit! I thought that was a long fall. I was like, damn, that's gonna be a long ass fall. I said, but I gotta do it, And I couldn't turn my body around and let my legs go first. My body would only go head first. You dig? So I counted 1, 2, 3, and I was ready for the fall. As I went through and I was falling, it was just the longest fall. Then I hit the ground, boom! I'll never forget it. I must have passed out because, like 3-4 hours had passed by. But I was on the other side near the door.
Yeah, you free.
Yeah, what?
Free at last.
Yeah. Once I got through, woke up a few hours later. I unlocked the door and I crawled out.
Sit back on camera.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I crawled out
Mm-hmm.
and I was free, just like you said. I found a phone. I called my mom, Colette. I was crying. I told her what my Aunt Bunny did. Locked me in this place for almost 2 weeks. If I probably still be locked up.
She want to keep you safe.
My mom called my brother to come and get me. Now, my brother was one of the biggest drug dealers in Philly.
Okay.
You did?
Yeah.
He come pick me up in the Camaro, convertible, etc. We rolling on back from Philly going to the projects, you know. He's like, look, and the cop, all of a sudden the cops stop us.
Oh, God.
I'm like, why these guys
all
stopping
people?
us? Why these guys? Why? I said, you know what? You only stopping us because we black.
Mm-hmm.
We black and in a nice car. I said, because we was up here minding our own business, wasn't nobody doing nothing.
But was there anything in the car?
Okay, well, let me tell you this part. So, so I distracted the officer.
Yeah.
You know? He said, go. He let us go. So we going down. My brother like, look, I got to make a stop. He stopped at the projects. He pops the trunk. Guess what he takes out? Big Adidas bag of crack and a big Adidas bag of cocaine.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, that's exactly what I thought. Holy cow.
Jesus was on your side.
Holy
Boy, was
cow,
he on your side.
Oh, man. So that was the story. So anyway, he goes, drops it off. I'm there waiting for him to come back. All of a sudden, I see him running out. He jumps in the car, doesn't even open the door. And he tells me, put my head down. He says, put your head down. He puts my head down. Wham. Near the dashboard. You understand? All of a sudden, he gears in reverse. Guy runs out, pow, 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 pow. This was going on. I was like, whoa.
Dude, you should have stayed in the house.
You know, he's shooting. I'm like, whoa. He gears up, peels off, takes me back to the project. I tell my mom what happened. I'm like, this fool's crazy. We just got shot at. Now, I don't went through all this with man crazy and Bunny.
Yeah.
You understand? You know, I'm like a skeleton and shit. You know what I mean?
But shout out, just to backtrack. It's not funny, but we appreciate your Aunt Bunny, though, right?
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We appreciate her. Shout out to Aunt Bunny.
Yeah, Bunny.
Because you got to think, these pivotal moments are what bring us to undefeated world champions. So, super grateful for the little evil bullies, but more grateful for, like, the Aunt Bunnies that was like, we going to make sure you come out good. And obviously you came out strong because you took a leap of faith jumping out the window.
I'm telling you, man.
So, go ahead. Let's start this dish. Let's try it.
Yeah, right.
Let's try
ready to rock, huh? Okay,
all right. So what are we doing?
We're gonna have some garlic steak.
Garlic steak.
Yeah,
I'm
take a little piece.
all right. I'm gonna try
My bad.
Try a couple asparaguses, and I don't really Let me try to get one of your knives. I'm gonna take this. This steak is so good. I may have to risk my entire internal.
So that's how that story ended.
Started. Well, that's how
you gotta make sure it's steak.
And then, by the way, your brother, he knew that. Okay, go ahead.
My brother what?
Your brother knew that you battled this addiction. Did he
No, he didn't know.
Everyone kept it from him? Did your mom know that he was doing?
Oh yeah, everybody do it. Everybody knew who he was in the Philly.
Let's try this. It's well done. So you're not even using A1 sauce?
Well, I'll get to it. Oh, it's so good.
It's good. Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
I'll try it. So, after all of this, how do you end up getting back on track to...
Okay. That's what I'm telling you. So I go back to my father's people. Mind you, there was this coach.
Very good.
College coach.
Asparagus, really good.
Thank you. This college coach. In fact, coaches heard that I lost my scholarship because of newspapers. So during the time that I was in New York, they were reaching out to my grandmother. They wouldn't reach out to my mom because they wouldn't make it into the projects. They wouldn't make it out the projects. You had to send somebody black in the projects.
Okay.
You hear me? I'm just keeping it 100.
Okay.
You dig? So they reached out to my grandparents.
This is a great steak, by the way.
Thank you. And I'll never forget during the time that I was at my grandmother's house. You know, I was getting myself together. And I'll never forget, she's just real nonchalant about it. Oh! By the way, now that you're together, so they knew what they were doing. Send her ass to the back, Aunt Bunny. She'll take care of her. She'll clean her out. Now that you're back together, I wanted to let you know that this basketball college coach has stopped by here, has been calling here, checking up on you. That's how I was, too. I was like, what? Because mind you, I was never going to play basketball again. You dig? And I said,
I love that there was so much love and faith in you. Like from everybody. But go on, continue. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's a really good meal, by the way.
What's his name? She said, Mike Tenaglia. In fact, here's his number. He's been calling here, checking up on you. So I reach out to him. He takes me to Cabrini College. It's all white school, probably like 3 blacks. It's on the main line, so it's adjacent to Villanova. So it's an upscale school. Me coming from the project, I never seen BMWs and Mercedes and Lamborghinis and all that stuff. I never saw that in real life, only on TV.
Okay.
When I went to that college, that's what I was seeing.
On the regular?
On the regular, every day.
Okay.
And wasn't nothing but money.
Wow.
And he said, look, we know that you're a Division I athlete. Ain't no doubt about it. We also know that there's no way that we would ever get someone of your talent and your caliber here at this university. But we also know that you've had problems. You lost, a Division I scholarship. Now, this is the deal, Freedia. Here I am amongst all these white businessmen, university. You give us your talents, and we'll make sure that you get a good education.
Okay.
That was fair, right?
Yeah.
We want you to build and turn our women's basketball program around and our athletic program around.
Okay.
That's a deal. And that's what I did. Turn it around. Turned the whole program around. They went from being Division I NAIA to NCAA because of me, because I was already in NCAA Division I. So they already had my names in NCAA. They already had my name in the system for scores and things like that. Then when I went to the Division III school, they have me, my Freedia Gibbs name's still there, but I'm in NAIA, but I'm originally from NCAA. So what they did with the university that I went to, they went ahead and switched them to NCAA because of me.
Wow.
Because my name kept popping up.
Wow.
And NCAA, all the people at the top, they already knew who I was. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So turned the whole program around. Went and joined, went to the Olympics to try out because what happened is the European basketball coaches, they come over here to recruit Americans to go play basketball. And we went to Colorado Springs to train for the European basketball. Now, this is some crazy stuff. I didn't know this even exists. Check this here out. So we went to Colorado Springs, at the Olympic training center, training for the basketball to join the European Women's Basketball League.
Yeah.
And we had to wear pantyhose. I told the coach, I was like, nah, bro, I ain't wearing no pantyhose. I said, 1, I ain't wearing no pantyhose because they itch. But 2, I'm not wearing no pantyhose because I never wore pantyhose when I was playing basketball.
But also, isn't that harder to play basketball in pantyhose?
I was not going to do it. So this is what happened.
You
so all the girls had on their pantyhose playing basketball, and I had on my shorts. Starting from here, I was at the end there. They girls checking, prove. You're on this team, this team. Then the coach says to me, all the European coaches, well, what are you going to do, Freedia? I said, like I said, sir, I didn't come here to make your dick hard. I came here to play basketball.
Wait a minute. They didn't want shorts over the pantyhose?
No, it was just pantyhose.
Oh, yeah, no. Absolutely not.
This is what I kept it real. I said, sir, I didn't come here to make your dick hard. I came here to play basketball.
Okay.
They nodded their heads, right? And I'll never forget, I was going up for a layup, and one girl on this side hit me both sides. Bam! Bam! I caught the girl on the left, but to this day, that girl on the right, if ever I see her, I'm going to get her.
No, you got registered hands, girl.
Oh, no, she got me. She is old, this one. She got me on the right. And anyway, they got me real good. They jumped me.
While you were playing?
Yeah, while I was playing. And then they went ahead and put me on a European team. They put me on a European team, on a team that the losing this team, their record was 0-30. The worst team ever in Germany. They were 0 wins and 30 losses. But when I left, guess what? They were champions.
Wow.
Yeah, they were champs. Wow. I took them to a whole nother level.
Wow.
I opened them up.
Now, coming from where you came from, going to being able to travel overseas, can we just kind of walk through that that experience just for like a brief second?
Oh, yeah.
I know we're going to go away over time, guys.
It was tough. It was tough because during the time I came from a nice penthouse. You know what I mean? I had a bad car, and I had an excellent career. You feel what I'm saying? Being a superstar at Cabrini. So they came and got me and recruited me for, I had, it was excellent. Had I gone over there first and checked it out, I would not have stayed.
Okay.
But because I gave everything away, my home and everything, I was on the 12th floor, bad car, et cetera, excellent career. And then I went over there without visiting. I stayed.
Oh, okay.
When I got paid $2,000 a week.
Wow.
That was good money.
Okay.
But the homes were European. It was something that I wasn't accustomed to. They were different. You follow what I'm saying? The apartments were very different. And I didn't like them. They were just old, ancient.
Yeah.
You dig? During the time I was there, training was great. I was there when the Berlin Wall came down.
Oh. Okay.
Now, mind you, I don't know much about the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that all the athletes are running to the Berlin Wall. And I even see old women, people with canes, man, female, walking with canes. And I can feel this energy, and the energy is insurmountable. I mean, it's absolutely powerful. And I'm just saying to myself, I don't understand what they're saying, but what I do understand is that this energy is legacy. This must be history. It has to be, because I'm looking at everything with my eyes.
Yeah.
And they were like, Freedia, get a piece of the wall. And in my mind, I'm like, I ain't carrying no rocks around with me. Now, wish I had her.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know then what I know now.
Yeah.
You dig? So that was a real cool experience. I spent a lot of time in Amsterdam because I had to keep the balance.
Yeah.
You dig? Traveled a lot. So I was there for 2 years. Now, mind you, I had to figure out what I was going to do because I didn't want to stay there another year.
Yeah.
Figure out what am I going to do from here?
Yeah.
And I saw Sensei Benny the Jet Urquidez from Van Nuys on television. He was fighting. And I said, that's what I want to do. So I wrote his address down and everything there in Canton, Van Nuys. And when I left Germany, I didn't re-sign my contract and basketball contract overseas. I went ahead and wrote his information down. I caught the plane and came straight to California, knocked on Sensei Benny the Jet door and started working with him. And like I told him, I said, look, I want to learn karate. He knew I was something. I said, I want to learn kickboxing. I said, I don't know karate.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know kickboxing, but I know karate.
Okay.
I said, and I'm real coachable, so you teach me, I'll get it. So he went ahead and took me under his wing, introduced me to his brother, Ruben, his sister, Lily Urquidez, got with those guys. I started competing left and right. That's when I started eating oodles and noodles.
Oh, that's when you started eating oodles and noodles.
Yeah, when I came from overseas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and how different was the training between kickboxing and karate?
It was very different because with kickboxing, you're using your shins. You know what I mean? Your shin is like a baseball bat. As opposed to with karate, sometimes you're kicking with the instep of your foot here. So you're kind of like slapping.
Okay.
But with kickboxing, you're using this part. Let's say this is your leg.
Yeah.
You're using this here. This is your shin. And when your shin hits a rib, it can break a rib. When your shin hits a head, it can break a head. When your shin hits an arm, it can break these forearms. When your shin hits the thigh, it can break it. Because our shin is real thick. It's like a baseball bat. So our legs are like baseball bats. Our arms are like bullets. That makes sense?
Okay. Well, especially with the way you throw a punch.
Well, you can do the same thing too. You can.
She's like, whoo.
Yeah.
Did you see her chop the steak?
Throw that knife uppercut. My mom used to say, hit him with an uppercut. Oh, hit him with an uppercut.
Now, your mom's fully into what you do now, 100%, right?
Oh, my mom's big time. Yeah.
I love your mom.
Yeah, my mom's the best. Yeah, definitely. So anyway, I got to fight for the world championship fight. No, so what happened? I need to, like I said, I was eating noodles and noodles, so I need to make money. And I started working for AT&T, and I got invited into a Domino's game by this girl named Benita. And when I went to the Domino's game, down in Inglewood, Lonnie, I don't know, Lonnie Franklin Jr., the grim sleeper, he had killed over 100 black women down in Inglewood.
Okay.
Yeah. He had raped and killed them.
Jeez.
But what happened, unfortunately, I had met him at a Domino's game. And, because I didn't know how to play dominoes. We were playing dominoes. He offered me a ride like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And that's when I realized, what the heck? And it was real crowded. I realized I'm around people I don't even know. It's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And then Lonnie gave me a drink. And I kind of took a little bit of it, Then all of a sudden I started feeling tired.
So I walked
into the bathroom, to throw water on my face, to clear myself. I'm like, look, 2-3 o'clock, it's time for me to go. You know, I already lost all my paycheck, everything. I lost all my money. It's time for me to go. Threw one on my first, and when I walked out the door, Lonnie was there. And I was like, yo, man, chill. You know, I don't roll like that, because I thought he was Benita's dude, because Benita's the one who invited me to the game. I mean, to the Domino's game. Anyway, so I'm like, Benita, look, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, well, look, why don't you stay? I said, no, I don't know nobody here. I don't want to stay here. I want to go home and sleep in my own bed.
Yeah.
She said, and then Lonnie said, well, look, I'll take you home.
Oh.
You know? And, you know, me knowing me, you know, and me growing up around 14 guys, because my mother has 8 brothers, and then my dad's brothers, you know, et cetera. So, you know, me growing up around, and then me growing up, you know, martial arts, I felt, you know, I thought I was cool.
Okay.
You know, I felt I could handle myself, but I wasn't thinking that. So anyway, I go to, he opens the door, Lonnie does, and he opens the door, the van door, and I get on in. Now, when I get in, he shut the door. I heard something. You understand? I heard something with the lock. When I heard something with the lock, my thoughts were, Father, please don't let me have to fuck this man up. You understand? Because I heard something with the lock.
Okay.
You dig? So I get on in, we driving. I say turn right, he turned left. You know, and mind you, I'm a little dizzy, you know, lightheaded, so I'm trying to get some air, you know, because he obviously put something in my drink. Yeah. So my head's leaning on the window. I said turn right, he turned left. I said, yo, bro, you're going the wrong way. You know, then the next thing I know, we wound up in a secluded area with nothing but fog. And first thing he says is, let me stick it in and I'll take you home. I said, yo, bro. I said, no, you let me out this van, you would never see me again, and Benita would never see me again. So when he said that, I'm reaching for the knob to try to open the door, and I'm fumbling around. There's no knob. So I'm reaching for the other knob to roll the window down. There's no window. I can't roll the window down. You know, so I had to look. So then when I'm looking, then when I turned back, I saw him, his face totally transformed. He had a belt on his fist.
Oh, no.
And he said, let me stick it in and I'll take you home. I said, no, man, let me out this van. Then that's when he went to punch. Boom. And when he went to punch me in my face, in my temple, that's when I blocked it. Boom. I hit him. Bam. And I ran to the back of the van. I ran as hard as I could to the back of the van. And as soon as I got to the back of the van, there was a big ass chain on it in the lock. I couldn't get out. I was like,
wait,
fuck.
Inside the van?
Inside the van, yeah. I ran to the back of the van to get escape. And I ran right into a strap. There's a big ass chain on the lock. I couldn't get out. So I turned my back toward him, and he was coming to the back of the van, and I figured my only way out is to get out his door, because that's the way he got in. So I went diving, I went pushing back, I went forward by him, boom, and I went to try to open the door, and you know what I mean, on his door, and that's when he grabbed my legs and pulled me to the back of the van. You know what I mean? And then boom, flipped me over, and he got on top of me. I'll never forget this as long as I live.
You the groin snatcher, right?
Yeah.
Is that where the groin snatcher?
He said, hold tight. He said, let me stick it in, and I'll take you home. He on top of me. I said, nah, man. Nah, let me out this damn van. You'll never see me again. And Benita damn sure will never see me again.
Hell yeah.
He said, I said, and he was getting angry, and I could see, he said, I said, let me stick it in, and I'll take you home. And he was real calm about that shit. And I said, no. And then he said it again, this time with much force on my wrist. And the voice said, just let him. Yeah, exactly. I said, okay. As soon as he released my wrist, I was up against the wall. I was back up on my feet and up against the van. Okay. That's when I started throwing jabs at him. Pop. Crosses. Pop. Throwing leg kicks at him. Pop. Chopping that one leg. Pop. I was just chopping out. Pop. Pop. Chop. Pop. Then all of a sudden he was like, oh, shit. You one of them fighting bitches.
Yes, sucker.
I was chopping that leg down. Boom. Boom. All of a sudden, I saw fear in his eyes, because I knew that leg was going down. It was going down. Because my legs are like axes.
Yeah. You got the shins.
I was chopping and bam and busting. Boop. Moving to the side, say, yeah, pop. Left leg, boop. Moving back to the right side, jab, boop. I was just chopping it. Then all of a sudden, he came running at me like a football player, and he tackled me. And I hit up against the van, right? And when he went to tackle me, I grabbed the end of his shirt tail. I pulled it over, tied it. Boom, swung him down. I ran down. I grabbed his pants. I pulled it over his shoes. I stepped on his chest, and that's when I grabbed his dick. Yeah, buddy, because I'm a dick grabber. And I said, where the keys at, motherfucker? He was like, get out. Oh, so now you want me to get out. When I wanted to get out, I had to let you stick it in first, okay? I said, where the keys at? I had, in my pocket. Which one? I reach in, I pull out, he got a gang of keys on there, gang of them. I said, which one is it? He says, the orange one. I grabbed him, and I pulled him all the way over to the door. He's like, oh, get out. Shut up. When I wanted to get out, I had to let Sticky in. Shut up. I unlocked the door, pulled the chain off. I kicked it open.
You're grabbing him by the dick the whole time.
I got that motherfucker holding on, clamping on. I didn't know balls and dick could even move like that, girl. I didn't know they could stretch that damn high. I had no clue. But I'm telling you, I still stayed on his chest. I had no clue, so I was holding on to him. And I moved over. I said, now, if ever you see me on the streets, what are you going to say? He said, hi. I was like, he's like, ah! I said, no, you're not, motherfucker. If ever you see me on the street, you're going to go the opposite direction. Do you under-fucking-stand me? He said, yes. Get out. And then one more step. I made sure I was out, and I still had on his dangling, his balls, everything.
You're
I had to clamp. I had one ball on this side, one ball on that side. I had the penis in the inside, so I had to shit clamp. I said one more thing. When a bitch says no, she means no. And I rocked him. Bam! And I started walking out, and I tossed the keys, and I walked into a whole lot of fog. So I kept falling, trying to find, my way.
because you still got the stuff in you.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find my way in all this fog. And all of a sudden, Coline, I see these two tiny dots, two lights. And I'm walking toward them closer and closer. And the closer I get, the light get bigger and bigger. Then all of a sudden, I go on the other side of the fog and the car. And guess what it was?
What?
A yellow cab with an old white man in it. He was just sitting there with the lights on.
Oh, wow. Look at God.
Crazy. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I get in, I said, and mind you, my shirt all halfway off, titty hanging out, lost my damn shoes, earring, all that shit hanging out. And I said, this guy tried to rape me. You gotta get me out of here. He says, okay. So he takes off. He takes me to my place. And I'm just thinking, I gotta pay him. So I go up. I said, hang tight. I'm going to pay you. As soon as I go to the door and I turn back, the cab is gone. I'm like, go inside, pick the phone up. I call my mom. This dude tried to rape me. I want out of California right now. She said, what? I said, this dude tried to rape me. I want out of California right now. She said, did he rape you? I said, no, I fucked him up. She said, good. Well, then it was a fight. And you won the fight. We'll get you home. And I was on the next flight back to Philly. Bang, that's how that shit went. So anyway, I'm back home in Philly and stuff like that. Shall I stop or continue?
You can continue. We're over time, guys. You understand.
Yeah. So,
we understand.
So I go back to Philly, I'm like tripping out. On the airplane, I'm tripping out. First of all, on the airplane, I'm tripping out because I'm still fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fighting, I don't trust nobody now. And my everything is just hyper. Yeah. My hearing, I hear everybody. I hear everything everybody's saying. Mm-hmm. Everything was just, I heard everything. So anyway, I get back to Philly. My family's there. Hug my tail was going down. I'm never coming back to California again. That was it. I didn't care. Leave all the material, leave the car, all the stuff. I didn't care.
That's how traumatic that experience was.
Yeah. I'm never coming back to California again. Okay. So anyway, I'm back home. My fight team doesn't know that I'm back home. Uh-huh. Because we never really talked about our personal lives. We only talked about, fighting. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I'm back home. My mom's like, sissy, stop, because I'm tossing and turning. I didn't realize I had PTSD. You know what I mean? That's how I acquired PTSD from that experience. Because I'm telling you, I was traumatized. But That's
a very scary experience.
But I was ready for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway,
you was beyond ready. Let me tell you something. They could do a whole movie around that scene. Okay.
Yeah, that's funny. So, moving forward, what happened was I get this call from California, Benny the Jet, the Kiedis. Mm-hmm. Hey, we got this opportunity for you to fight for a world title. I was like, what? And I was like, well, y'all coming to New York? Because I ain't going to Cali.
You're hilarious. No. Please tell me you came. You came back, right?
Hold tight. And look, so my other coach, Coach Davies, like, well, look, you got everything to gain, nothing to lose. Now, mind, they don't know what I just went through.
Yeah.
I said, man, look, I'm not coming back, man. I ain't coming back there. They said, but you got an opportunity to fight the most dangerous woman in the world. So what happened? She was on David Letterman, right? Mm-hmm. And that's when they was like, Freedia, turn on TV. I'm back here in Philly. I'm like, it's turn on TV. So I see her. They like, and the guy says to her, no, it was Johnny Carson. And he says, well, if you're the most dangerous woman in the world, he said, how can you be the most dangerous woman in the world when you've never fought anyone in America, right? And she said, well, I am here to fight Freedia Gibbs in her French accent. And that kind of inspired me, but it more so inspired my mom. You understand?
I like when your mom gets involved. Okay.
And it more so inspired my grandma. Because
Okay.
my mom was like, well, what's her record? I said 28-2. My mom said, well, shit. She ain't that damn dangerous. She already got her ass whooped twice. You go out there and tell her I said that you're the one her mama warned her about. You understand?
Okay.
And I was like, I ain't gone. And then my grandmom says, listen, you are a star, Freedia. And your job is to go out there and let the world know you're a star. Go. Nah, I ain't going. I'm telling you, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So then and then finally I just went and decided, you know what? Okay, my mom's like, look, let's look at the map. I want to look at the map.
Yeah.
Where is Inglewood on the map? Down there. Okay, I'm up here in Van Nuys. Okay. Big difference. Okay, I can handle that part, but I had to see it. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I was safe.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to run into him on the streets.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you this here. Throughout from 1993 up until the day that they caught him, I've always looked over my shoulders in fear that I would run into him.
You know what is interesting about this though? You whooped his ass.
Yeah, I know.
And you still have that fear.
Because I've never had, first of all, I've never been caught in a damn sardine can with someone who's really trying to really rape me. You understand?
Yeah.
I've never experienced that before.
Yeah.
Ever. And it was a different kind of vibe. It was a different kind of energy. And it was a different kind of beast.
Yeah.
That I was dealing with, which forced me to bring out a beast in me that I didn't know I had in me.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I went ahead and took the championship fight, came back, started training with Saxon Janjir. We did our magic there, UCLA, Drake Stadium. We prepared for Muay Thai kickboxing. We drive to San Jose. She's standing there looking all fly. I mean, you could tell she was a superstar. You could really tell, you know.
Yeah.
She's standing there looking press conference. She looking fly, dress on. First, I'm thinking dress. My thought was, this girl looking all fly and shit. She come here to model. I came here to fight. You did? Okay, fine. So she comes up to me and she says to me, and she got this whole entourage, all the French people. I looked on the map and I couldn't find Chester. And everybody started laughing. I said, well, bitch, tonight, not only will you find Chester on the map, I want you to know that I'm the one your mama warned you about. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
And I just stood there, looked at her.
Undefeated, guys. Undefeated.
Yeah, at the time, I was undefeated. I was like 11-0 with 10 knockouts, at the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, we start fighting there. And then before we go to fight, what happened is the promoter comes and he says, we're going to switch the fight from Muay Thai to kickboxing. And they was like, listen, her legs are going to get tired quickly because I was trained for Muay Thai. And then that's when my coach said to me, look, all the cards are stacked against you. They think that you're going to be a punching bag. You understand? I said, man, shit, I done had over 300 fights. They don't know I had over 300 fights in Philly.
Yeah.
They don't know they called me Lady Jack Johnson in the projects.
Yeah.
I'm from the projects, man. I ain't worried about that. This is my mindset.
Yeah.
So as I'm walking through to the ring, I hear these people yelling, that's the black girl who came here to get knocked out. And at that time, that's when I said a silent prayer to God. Tonight, Father, we are going to shock the world. You understand? We got in the ring. She was all, yeah, I got her. She come over, bam, 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 bam. Yeah, she got me. I didn't know girls that look that damn fine could fight. Boy, she could put it on you. She would put it on me. And for real, she was putting it on me. And I was really surprised. You know, because when I saw her, she was fly and feminine and sexy. I was not real athletic like me, you understand?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, so she's putting it on me. So I had to grab her. Then I was like, okay, I'm in for a real tough one. So we started going in, boom, boom, boom. First round, yeah, she won. Second round, we was going, oh, boom, bam, you find Chester, yeah. Kick it, bam, you find Chester, yeah. So we going in. Then all of a sudden, the third round, I started, my legs were getting tired.
Yeah.
So I had to reach deep down inside because I was seeing myself fall. And
Yeah.
you know what the old saying, you see it, believe it, achieve it.
Oh, okay.
I was seeing myself fall. I was like, no. I kept saying no, and I kept fighting no. Then I said, Father, I had to reach deep in. I said, Father, help me. My legs are getting tired. Help me, Father. This is what I was saying, you know?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I kicked, bam, and she went to throw a punch, and I came back and threw one of those project hooks from the project. I call it my project hook. Bam! And it connected with her and the temple, and it spun her around. Then I hit her again, bam! And she went on down. At that time, it was amazing. I stood over her, the referee counted. I stood over her with my hands up. And listen to this here. There is a picture of me standing over the most dangerous woman in the world in front of over 20,000 people in the arena. And the clock right there says 8:16. 8:16 is my mama's birthday. Bam!
Wow.
That's down in history. Ain't that crazy?
And that's nice.
Yeah,
I love it.
So that's the story.
Wow. Well, let me just tell you something. You need a movie.
Huh?
You need a movie.
Well, thank you. You know, my video, my short film video that was created by Sideline, I want to give them props. And then I went ahead and collaborated with Goldcast. They're very, very huge in Canada, you know, and then I had an opportunity to collaborate with TFU Sports. And all of us collectively, we got over 17 million views, which went viral. And, hopefully something's real good in the basket there. But, it's very important that we learn to, move in silence and win in silence. And once we've won in silence, then we can share it with the world. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, there are enemies. There are people out there. There are enemies.
Yeah. There's wolves out there.
Yeah, wolves.
If it's one thing we learned from this interview, there are wolves out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Little Red Riding Hood is a true story.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is flip the script on a wolf. That's what my mom used to tell me. Sissy, Little Red Riding Hood, that's a true story, baby. But you want to learn to flip the script on a wolf. Do you understand me? That's very real.
That's very real. So, it's a great way to close out.
Yeah, great way to close out.
With that being said, what can people do to keep up with the cheetah?
You can just follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all Twitter. It's just Freedia the Cheetah Gibbs Freedia the Cheetah Gibbs. You dig? That's what it is.
Oh, it's your dig at the end.
Dig, yeah.
Freedia the Cheetah.
Freedia Cheetah Gibbs. You dig?
You dig?
You dig?
On all social media platforms. Thank you so much for cooking for me. And the meal was for the champion side of life. She ate oodles and noodles, and this story was truly incredible.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thoroughly inspired by your entire story.
Oh, wow. I appreciate it. Yeah, I thoroughly appreciate you guys inviting me here. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was fun, right?
Yeah.
And you make bomb asparagus. You didn't even try it. All right, peace out, y'all.
Peace. Boo, boo, boo.